What's up, guys? Brian here. Thanks for checking out another video. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you like the content, shoot a comment, say something, right? But I'm back again with another Car Chronicles video. What I wanted to talk about is how you're creating the situation that you're in right now. A lot of times we don't, a lot of times we tend to think that something is happening to us and we have no control over the situation that's going on, right? If you heard my previous videos, whether I feel like I put myself in this situation or not, I'm here. I take responsibility for being in this situation. I take responsibility for the businesses and the other endeavors that I've done not panning out, right? That's on me. I can't blame that on anyone else. So, and with that being said, a lot of times we're not mindful of what we're saying, of what we're putting out into the universe. We're not mindful of it. We just say things or we feel certain things. Under Please understand that like affirmations and things like that are very real, but at the same time you have to feel it. You can't just go out there and say to yourself, yeah, I'm going to be a 6'9" basketball player, right? Like that's just going to happen overnight. No, it has to be realistic. And your mind and your belief, you have to be able to feel it. I've done, and what's interesting, and the reason why I bring this up is because recently I tried out a trick. I not even a trick. I tested. I'm testing the universe, right? If so many people are saying, testing God, testing the universe, if so many people are saying, hey, this is real, you just have to do you just have to do certain things to be able to tap into it and see. I did it on a small scale, a very, very, very small scale that only I would be able to know, right? So I was reading a book called E Squared, and she has some experiments on there that hey that you try out, right? You give the universe what she calls it as FP. You give FP a timeline, right? So the first experiment is like, yo, I have I'm paraphrasing. She words it a lot better than I do, but with me paraphrasing, she pretty much says, "Hey, if this thing is real, the experiment is you're gonna bring a blessing that only I know about, that only I can see, that cannot be a coincidence, that cannot be like a chance, that can't be written off as chance or a coincidence. You have 48 hours to bring me a blessing or something that lets me know that this is real, that it can't be tuned in to coincidence." Right? So a few days ago, I tried it out. I said, "Hey, why not? What do I have to lose? 48 hours? I could just put it out there." But you have to pay attention to it, right? You put that intention out there, and then you have to pay attention to the things that may come up. For everybody, something is going to come up differently. For me, it was information that I came across not by chance. It was literally out the blue. I was in a restaurant. I was grabbing some lunch, and someone randomly just came up to me and started having a full on conversation with me. And this is rare. Like this is does it happen? Someone has a full on conversation about and like some information about like some things that I was looking to go that I was looking to some information about a few business ideas and things that I was looking to move forward in and acting upon. And I'm just in a place grabbing some lunch, right, by myself on my phone, and it just happened to come about. Not even this is a place that I go all the time, and it just happened to come about, and that was that 48, that was within that 48-hour span where it's like, to me, I looked at it as a blessing for that information, and that wasn't by coincidence. So with me putting that intention out there, saying, "Hey, I want this to come back to me. I want a blessing that only I can, not even only I can, but more so a blessing in a sense where this is not going to come across as just being a coincidence. It's going to be like, hey, it's more so like God, the universe, FP in a sense is like, yo, I got you. Just ask for more. That's how it kind of comes across within her books. And I say all that to say that we tend to ask for something, but at the same time, we're thinking about the negative aspect of it, right? We're thinking about, hey, I need $100, but what if I don't get $100? What's going to happen if you don't get the $100? So the universe is conflicted with you putting energy out towards what you want and also energy towards what you don't want. And that is the problem. That is why we come across so many things where we want something and we want to achieve something, but you also put energy towards what you don't want, and you speak more about what you don't want to happen than what you do want to happen, right? For example, when someone says, hey, I'm looking, I don't want to lose my job, right? Someone saying I don't want to lose my job, comparing to someone saying, yo, I want a new job, or I want to embark on something different. That's a forward thinking. That's a way the universe or God could work in your favor, compared to saying something in a negative way where you're saying I don't want a job or something like that, or where you're thinking, where teetering on the same you're teetering on the same line when you think of something that you want and then think about the repercussions or the negative things associated with it. So you're putting out two separate energies that is conflicting itself. So universe doesn't know what to do, and it just, boom, it just doesn't give you anything, or gives you what it feels like you're more fearful of, right? Because what you fear, you attract. So that aspect of it is something that once I did that experiment, I'm like, she has a few different experiments on the book. She has about 5 different experiments. But once I did that experiments, it allowed me to realize, like, hey, we're using our voice wrong. We're using our power wrong, because this FP, how she calls it, a future potential, is unlimited and is out there for everyone to achieve. And I know it sounds like a pie in the sky situation, but I give you another experiment that she went through, right? So once you buy a car, now you start seeing these cars all over, right? You start seeing the cars all over the place. Once you buy a Ford Focus, now everyone has a Ford Focus, and that isn't the case. What really happens is now you notice it more. Now you notice it more. You before you didn't pay attention to that car, but now since you have that car, you pay attention to it more, and now your mind and your eyesight sees it more often. So even when it comes to the universe, God, you still have that same power when you speak of it, right? So the other experiment that she has is you are able you y'all could go check out the book. It's called E Squared. I forget the author's name, but I'll have the author's name in the description where you could get the book. So even though I didn't like the experiment goes like this. You write it down, you say, hey, if this is true, if I have the energy, if I have the potential, if you're unlimited, so in the next 48 hours. She puts it on a small timeline. You have the next 48 hours. If this is real, you have 48 hours to show me uh, uh, sunset beige sunset beige color cars, right? I promise you, once I said that, I probably seen the most sunset beige color cars I've ever seen in my life. I didn't even know this was a color, right? I had to Google the color in order to know what color it was, and then I started seeing them nonstop, right? Nonstop. So all of that is all of that is being used. You can either use that potential in your favor or against you. These small little experiments that she has is just for you to prove that, hey, this is real and you're using it wrong. So take with that as you can. If you like the video, please like, subscribe. I got more content coming. Some of the car chronicles are going to be more so me just venting from my mind. Some of these other videos that I have coming also is going to be a bit more polished, a bit more information related to health, wellness, mindset, where you can have like real practical skills, and you could get some real takeaway from it. So if you like that, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Check you out next time.